YouTubers, this is my very first video. I don't know why I chose today to do this because I have on my muumuu up under this sweatshirt, and I've already took my little ponytail off that I had on today, and my makeup's not fresh, and I have two little dogs that just keep running in here tap dancing around. They're like, what are you doing? Why are you in there? Why are you talking to yourself? Anyway, I'm not real sure at the moment if I'm gonna even upload this video for y'all, but if I do, I wanted to just, I don't know, I want to help people, or try to help people that may be going through something that I'm going through or have been going through. But I'm 38 years old. This year I learned that I was diabetic. I was put on metformin and the cholesterol medicine. I never did take the cholesterol medicine, but I did try the metformin, and I didn't like it. I don't like taking medicine unless I absolutely have to, for maybe a headache or something like that. But earlier this year, I decided to get healthy, or try to get healthy, and I cut out all of my fast food, my sodas, and my sweet tea. And I thought, you know, that's the thing to do. When I did that, I learned that it was like I tried to start getting healthy, and I started feeling like I was falling apart. It was the weirdest thing, really. It was like, you know, I could be eating McDonald's every day or just something horrible every day and be in better shape than what I am right now, and I've cut all this stuff out, and it was just really, I just felt horrible, and I started feeling more and more horrible. So I went to the doctor, and she talked to me, and, you know, we found out about the diabetes, and I went back, and I still, you know, felt horrible, even with the metformin. And she, over time, she ended up running a test for, she said, everything under the sun, trying to figure out why I felt like I did, because I've always been energetic, bubbly, busy, and all of a sudden, excuse me, I'm wanting to take naps, sleep late, and my aunt's looking at me like I'm crazy. Anyway, she wanted to find out what was going on. She was like, we're going to find out what, you know, what this is. So she ended up checking my hormone levels and my vitamin levels, and I learned that my vitamin D was 20, and my B12, which is what she really thought I was needing, my B12 was, I think it was 433. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, so she put me on a really high dose of vitamin D. She also started giving me B12 injections. During that time, I decided that I was gonna not have to have metformin, that I was gonna cut sugar out of my diet completely, or, you know, try to cut it out completely. And so I had already, you know, told you I'd already stopped eating fast foods. I'd already stopped any alcoholic drinks or sweet tea and sodas. But what I was still doing is having, I love peanut butter crackers. That's one of my weaknesses. So I would still limit myself to 10 peanut butter crackers. About 10 o'clock, you know, in the morning, and then I would have coffee at night. I like to have coffee at night, and I would snack on more crackers with peanut butter. And just doing that little bit, you know, things wasn't changing much. My sugar's still going crazy, and I still feel horrible. But then I decided just a few weeks ago I was going to try this keto diet. Maybe not strict keto. I'm more, I guess, like I think I'm more low carb right now. But anyway, I keep my carbs super low. The most that I have a day usually runs about 37 carbs. And this diet it's awesome for me because I'm not really a junky eater. I love meat, I love vegetables, I love bacon and eggs, and I love grits and cheese, but I've not had any grits. I can't have those, but I do enjoy eating a lot of Brussels sprouts and cabbage and just like soul food, except no cornbread, and beans, and no biscuits and gravy, but everything else, So it's working out really good for me, and I do enjoy chocolate. At least once a month, I will want chocolate. And so I do like a couple of, like 2 pips of the 86% cocoa, what's the name of it? Ghirardelli, I think, is the one I got last time, and I really enjoy snacking on that. And I make it last. I freeze it in the freezer, so it takes a little while to chip that pip, and that's so goofy. But anyway, I'm a goofy person. But during the day, I usually do the keto coffee with like just coffee with coconut milk for creamer, or I like half and half, and sometimes I drink the half and half by itself, like I have to have a couple of sips, and then I pour coffee on that. And I'm not doing everything just right, but sometimes I'll put butter in my coffee, and I know that sounds gross, and it is gross if you're thinking about butter as in margarine, because that's not the same thing. Margarine, you would put that in your coffee, and it's going to look like pee-pee floating on the top of your coffee. And that's not what butter is like at all, because butter is just cream. It's milk, cream, and they put salt in it usually, but you can get it unsalted. But that fat in that coffee will tie you over. Now this is once you've cut your sugar out, and days have went by, and you haven't had sugar. You're going to start learning that you're not going to be as hungry as frequently as you are used to eating. Like, used to, I would eat, and then we'd get in the car to go somewhere, and I'd be like, I need a snack. and my boyfriend knows that when I say, I need a snack, I gotta have a snack, because if I don't get one, I'm fixing to get mad. I'm going to get really mad. So then we get to where we're going, and I'm ready to go out to eat somewhere, and then I need a snack, and so it's like all day long I needed a snack when I was having sugar, and now it's like I don't really get hungry. It's more like I need to eat something today. So with that, like, I really don't care what I'm eating. If I eat an egg, that's fine, or 2, and sometimes 3, because I eat a lot. My portions are too big right now. But that's, I think, more because it's a habit. Your plate looks empty. If you're from the South, especially, on your plate, for breakfast, you want some eggs and bacon and biscuit and syrup, butter, gravy, tomato slices, a bowl of grits. You want the plate full. So when you've changed, and now you can have just say, bacon and eggs, well, your plate, it looks funny. You're missing something. So I'm still putting too much on my plate, and that'll stop soon, because I'm going to make myself, change that over time. But my point is, this is going on my 3rd week, and my starting weight was 215. Now that's not the beginning, like when I started cutting out excuse me, fast food and stuff that was around 220. And then I cut all that fast food, soda, alcohol, sweet tea, all that out, and it was down to, I love Gatorade. I was doing Gatorade, crackers, and peanut butter, and just that little bit was, keeping my weight around about 215. So since I started trying to do this keto thing, or low carb thing, on March the 22nd, 2018. Today is April the 7th, 2018, and this morning I weighed 205. So I think that what I'm doing is working for me, and I'm not a doctor or a health food specialist or nothing, like that. I'm just this big girl from Alabama who is trying to get healthy. And so I've been doing the vitamin D. I do that every Friday. It's once a week. And I've been reading about that. It's kind of worrying me a little bit because I think that's a really, really super high dose. I know that she put me on that and she's going to retest me soon. But that will not be a maintaining dosage of vitamin D. I'm sure she's going to cut that down. Because I don't want a kidney stone. My goodness. And I think that's what happens if you, take in too much vitamin D. I hate that I'm frowning. Oh, that shows up bad. A little frowny line thing. But it's okay. I'm okay. Okay. Anyway, I've also been eating some seaweed. And I went to Walmart and they told me they didn't have seaweed. And looked at us like we were crazy. So the next day I went back and I was like, they've got to have some seaweed because we got Asian people here. And people like me that, have learned a little bit about some iodine supplements and how it's not really good to just take iodine. I'm sure there's some brands you can take, and I've thought about one. I know there's one online that looks pretty safe, but the safest way to take your iodine in is through seaweed. And so right now I'm doing this seaweed. It's called Ocean's Halo. There's like 65 cents a pack. And the reason I'm really want to talk about seaweed right now is the iodine that's in it helps your thyroid function, and I think I need to be taking some selenium too. But anyway, I'm still learning that. But I just had, I started my journey on the 22nd. On the 23rd, I had a thyroid surgery right here. You can see where I'm healed pretty good. That was on March the 23rd. So I'm still swollen. It feels really weird. It feels like I got little rocks under my skin. It was really simple, and it went really good. I feel so good on these vitamins, and I feel so good on this diet that I come home and I was trying to do all this stuff, and I was like, you got to stop. I was talking to myself. You got to stop because you're going to hurt yourself. I know you feel good, but you got to stop. You got to slow down. But, just a few weeks ago, I thought I was going to die. I thought, I'm dying. I feel horrible. And all I know is that now I feel like a new person. And I didn't want to just keep sitting around, doing this thing and taking this stuff when I could possibly be helping somebody that may be, in their 30s or, I don't know, 10 years old. I don't know. But you think that you may feel depressed, or my shoulder pain and my back pain was horrible. And I let my doctor know that I wasn't there, pain pill seeking or anything like that, because I wouldn't take it if I had it. But what I was doing is trying to get some answers. 3 days after taking my vitamin D, my pain went away. I was rubbing Bengay on myself, sitting by the heater, literally burning my skin, trying to get heat to make that pain stop. And this was night after night, and for a really long time. And just within days of my vitamin D, that pain stopped. I also do magnesium citrate, this stuff right here, I have a little dose that I do every day. I don't do this whole bottle every day. It took a little bit of time to figure my dose out. But this stuff helps me. I feel really good. I also, I just ran over 15 minutes of video time. So I don't know if you're going to even see the rest of this video, because I'm not sure how, YouTube works yet. I've got to upload this thing, and I might not upload it. I might redo it later. But maybe I will. But my weight right now is 205. I would like to do videos so that I can look back and see myself, maybe hopefully shrink. I plan on getting some better equipment. Right now I'm using a $29 phone, and I'm sitting in here with Coco. She's a lab, and she's wondering what I'm doing, sitting right here. But the other lights was too bright, and the other rooms are occupied, so here I am. I'm trying to figure out if I told y'all everything that I wanted you to know. Let's see, I went over my vitamins. Oh, a lot of people they're scared of this diet, and if you're not doing it, which I'm not doing it, like I'm not strict on it, but I am doing, I think, a pretty good job. My lab results when I went to the doctor was really good. Like, my blood pressure was good for the first time in a really long time. My pulse was high. It was 104. And the lady said, "Oh, that's high." But for me, it's usually 111 or like 111, 118, somewhere around there. So to her, it was high. But to me, I was like, "Ooh, that's good." Let's see, what else? I don't know. I just feel good. And I won't, if I could just at least help one person that may be just a regular girl and, just don't know why she feels horrible, and maybe, people call you fat, lazy, good for nothing, I don't know. But sometimes it's not going to be this, this way forever. Sometimes you need a little help. I've been reading where a lot of people on, the internet, they talk about vitamins and how it takes for, a really long time if they do anything. And the placebo effect, that really floored me, for people to think that something like a vitamin supplement would help you only because it's in your head, when I know how I felt, and I know how I feel now, and my weight has held me back from a lot of things for a really long time, and I feel bold, like I still have that, fear, I guess, and I'm not sure why, because I don't think there's anything I'm afraid of other than, I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that. But I feel bold. I feel kind of just unstoppable. I feel smarter. I had brain fog before I started all this stuff. My brain fog was insane. Like, people think it's normal when they go to the kitchen and they forgot what they were going after. And this happens so much that they become used to it.